Welcome to the Lead Pedal Podcast with your host, Bruce Outridge, where he talks all things trucking. Now let's get rolling.
Hey everybody, how are we doing today? Welcome to another edition of the Lead Pedal Podcast. This is episode number 1055, and today we're going to recap trailer unveil between IMVR and Zavcor Truck Training Academy. They unveiled a human trafficking trailer, and we were there to check it all out. So stay with us, and we will get started right after this. Hey folks, are you an owner-operator looking for a place to call home? Well, Rims Transport is based out of Hamilton, Ontario, and that's right, they are a place owner-operator fleet only. They run flatbed out of Hamilton, and they don't run much more than 500 to 700 mile radius. So if you're looking for a place that you can get back home on a regular basis, you can get good miles, they have a great culture for owner-operators, and they want you to succeed, then Rims Transport's the place to do that. Where can you learn more? Go to rimstransport.com. Make sure you tell them that the Lead Pedal Podcast sent you, and we want you to be successful. We know them personally over there, and we know they're going to take good care of you. You got open board, you've got tandem US, you got multi-axle US, you got city, you got all kinds of positions available there, all owner-operator fleet. So if you want to be successful for 2023 and beyond, then get on with Rims Transport and tell them we sent you. All right, everybody, talk to you later. Go to rimstransport.com. All right, so let's talk about this trailer unveil that we got going on. This was between IMVR. If you don't know what IMVR is, it's virtual reality, right? That's right, and it's from Fleet Tax Services. Is the original, the owner is Vicky DeVos of Fleet Tax Services, and she's also got the company IMVR. And IMVR is coming up in the industry. It is a new way of doing things like pre-trip inspections, doing retraining your drivers. It's a good way of doing it well. And it's got eye tracking so that you can, iris they call it, so you can see exactly where a person's looking. Are they really looking at the brake chamber if they're talking about the brake chamber? So it's quite innovative. I remember when it started, it was just very rudimentary, and we kind of saw virtual reality from somebody else, and to see where it is today, it's pretty impressive. The trucks are lifelike, the backing up, all of that stuff is, and of course simulators are becoming a big thing nowadays. So this is right in there. The nice thing I think about this, I like simulators. They're good. The nice thing is that you can do more than sitting on a just sitting there doing it. You can do a pre-trip inspection where someone has to climb under the truck and that kind of thing. So there's a little bit of a different world to it there. It can be good and bad depending on how you want to look at it, but it's quite informative technology. Anyhow, IMVR has been part of the trucking industry for a long time, and of course Zavcor Truck Training Academy has been part of the trucking industry for a long time as well. They're the school arm of Zavcor Transport, and of course hauling bananas is what they do. And they've got a pretty good fleet over there. They've got pretty sharp instructors based out of Stevensville, Ontario, and IMVR is based out of Beamsville, Ontario. So the two have joined. Zavcor donated the trailer, and IMVR paid for the wrap. And so they have a number of people from Women's Trucking Federation of Canada on there. IMVR was on there, of course. Zavcor was on there, of course. KRTS was on there with they have a partnership with Zavcor. Crime Stoppers was on there. Now the difference about this, and you've probably seen this because we've covered a number of these, and we are going to be covering a number more of these as well, is that they all have a bit of a different design. And what was striking about this one was the image on the side of the trailer is about migrant workers, people, picking strawberries in the farm or berries or wherever they might be working throughout Ontario. And a lot of these workers are brought up from the Caribbean or from other countries like Mexico to work in our fields, because that's what they do, and they do it well, and none of us apparently want to do it. But, they also need to be treated well. And I think COVID brought out some serious issues with the way that they're housed and some of the conditions that they have. And so that, there's been, and a lot of those people are trafficked, not all of them. When we think of human trafficking, we think of sex trafficking, or we think of something like that, but there's labor trafficking. There's anything where you're asking someone to do something, paying them well below what the regular wage would be, promising them stuff, and then, kind of keeping them as a slave, if you will, and I hate to use that word, but if you're keeping them as a slave, and you're making money or profiting off of that, then that certainly falls under human trafficking. If they're under 18 years of age, that certainly falls under human trafficking. So the employment one is one that a lot of people don't think about. We probably hear about that more when we think of a sweatshop in Asia or something like that. And we think, well, that's Asia. We can't do much about it. But it actually is happening here in Canada. And so this one was different. Now, this is the thing about it was that it's also Zavcor and IMVR. IMVR is located in an area where they've got lots of farms and stuff like that and growers. For plants and stuff, and same because the Niagara region is all about that, right? And Zavcor is located in the Niagara region and delivers to a lot of growers as they haul bananas as a regular product. And so it's going to, we're wondering if it's going to create some interesting conversations. And I think education is what all this awareness is about. And I think that's where we're gonna start. So they had a trailer there. They unveiled the trailer. The trailer was done by Big Raps, is the one who actually installed the trailer. They've got a number of designs right now. I didn't realize it, but there's 9 different designs out there right now, but there's 17 trailers that have been wrapped. We didn't realize there was that many. So it's going, the Women's Trucking Federation of Canada has been the lead on this, and they are hoping to have 50 trailers this year. So they're moving them out pretty quick. It's great education. It's great branding for all the people involved. And the trailers are, for the most part, are the same, except you're allowed to pick the image. So the images are different. Of course, the logos are different because it's different companies involved. But I think it's really going to be interesting to see these all over the highway. And I mean, it would be cool to see them all in one area, like a convoy or something like that. So I don't know if we'll get there. We'll see how it works. But they had a really interesting thing. They had a lot of people talking. They had Dean Allison, who's the MP for Niagara West. Marietta Lindy represented MP San Ustinoff's office in Niagara West. Tony Burnett, Deputy Mayor of Lincoln. Stephen Laskowski, the president for the Ontario Trucking Association, was there. Michelle DeRosier was a business development specialist at Zavcor. She spoke. And then, of course, Vicky DeVos was the co-founder and CEO of IMVR. We also heard from Ernie Slabbit, which is the chairman of the board for Niagara Region, and of course Shelley Walker, the CEO and co-founder of Women's Trucking Federation of Canada, kicked things off. Jeremy Thiel is with Driver Check. I'm not sorry, he used to be with Driver Check, not Driver Check anymore. He's with IMVR now, and he was kind of introducing and moderating people as we went along. And so we're going to share those with you there, and I'd urge you to, if you want to see the trailer and some of the speeches in action, then I would urge you to go and check out the video for this episode. But let's get to some of those speeches right after this. We'll be right back, and we'll get it started for you. Hey, everybody, you've heard of Rosedale Transport. Well, you know, they've got tons of opportunities for you no matter what you want to do. You know what? It doesn't matter what terminal, because they have terminals all across North America, and they are looking for owner-operators, truck drivers, and other team members that might be of interest. The best way to find out all the information about Rosedale, the history of a 50-year company that's stable and rock solid in the industry, is to go to rosedalegroup.com. That's right. Just go to rosedalegroup.com, and you can see all the opportunities. Look under the careers tab. You'll see what's available. You'll see they've got 800 employees, 2,500 happy clients, 15 offices, and 50 years of trust. And when you get there and you talk to them and you say, hey, you know what? I want to be part of your team. Make sure you tell them that you heard about it from the Lead Pedal podcast. All right, rosedalegroup.com. Tell them we sent you. Bye. All right, let's get on with some of the presentations from the IMVR Zavcor unveil.
Be sure to share the podcast on your favorite social media channels.
Good morning, teacher. Oh, sorry.
That's the hat I've been wearing for 2 weeks, but today I passed it on to somebody else so I could be here. So my students are learning about human trafficking today while I'm here at this event. So, it's a good crowd we have today. Let me take a minute to talk about the trucking industry first. The trucking industry is one of the best industries in the world to work for. I've been in this industry for over 32 years. And I'm very proud of the industry that I work for, and the fact that this industry is always giving back. Whether it's human trafficking, whether it's trucks for change, whether it's food trucks, whether it's Special Olympics, whether it's trucking for a cure, Christmas runs, there isn't anything that these trucking companies and drivers don't do to give back to their community. We're very big on giving back to community. So that's one of the best things I know about our industry. So today we're here about the No Human Trafficking campaign. This campaign started out with a crazy idea of wrapping a 53-foot trailer. What a better billboard rolling up and down our highways. So many people told me I was nuts. Stupidest thing they ever heard of. I believed in it so much I paid and wrapped the first trailer myself. Today we are unveiling trailer number 17. We also have a tanking leasing company that is putting the No Human Trafficking ribbon on their tanks. It's already on 5 different tanks. Word is getting out. We are now in talks with Ready Mix, Waste Management, about getting those ribbons and information on their vehicles. Taxi cabs, they're next. So what is human trafficking? Human trafficking is a heinous crime. It affects so many people in Canada, but too often people say to me, it doesn't happen in Canada. Yes, it does. And new numbers coming out will scare you. They are very scary numbers. I was at a human trafficking event in April in Manitoba, where I learned globally the youngest victim of human trafficking was a 2-month-old baby that was being trafficked by her parents. Disgusting. The age here in Canada is 11 years old. How many of you have Snapchat? WhatsApp on your phone? Any of you use those? Danger zone. Danger zone. Don't let your kids own those apps. How about Fortnite? How many play Fortnite? Again, danger zone. Your kids may think that you're being tough on them, but as parents, it's our job to protect them. We have to protect them. I was talking to a parent that thought, oh, it's cool. I created the account in my own name. Nobody's gonna know my daughter's playing it. So one day he decided to check the messages that were coming through. Total game changer for him. His daughter was being groomed and he didn't even know it. I know it's a busy time. It's a busy world. And in most households, both parents are working, and it's hard. But we really have to monitor their social media. It is the biggest area of concern for our young people. You know you're making an impact when people tell you stories, when people reach out to you for help. These trailers are making an impact right across Ontario. In fact, they're making an impact in the US and across Canada. And there's nothing like when we get a video from somebody that said, oh my God, I seen one of your trailers, and they shot a little video. Or I was sitting in my office and I looked across and the company across from me, one of your trailers was in the dock. People are excited that we're doing this, that our industry is taking the step to raise public awareness about human trafficking. There's all kinds of organizations here within Canada that support human trafficking. Victim services, survivors, survivor-led organizations. And I'd strongly encourage you to reach out to anyone. Especially if you have a company, you want to have a talk, you need a speaker for an event or a conference, bring in a survivor to talk to you about human trafficking. And please, pay them. Respect their time. Too often I hear of people reaching out to survivors to speak, and they expect them to do it for free. They've had to do stuff for free the whole time they were being trafficked. Give them their control back. Pay them. And I don't know how many people here today are aware of Bill C-40. It's a new bill that's being pushed through, and it's to help about debt consolidation and stuff for traffic victims. You really need to watch what's coming out of the Ontario government in regards to this bill, and have your voice heard and reach out to your MPs. Because there is a victim service agency out of Toronto that wants to totally control this and not give survivors the choice to get help from other organizations. You'll probably hear, we have law enforcement here today, we have Crime Stoppers here today, and you'll hear where oftentimes victims are scared of the police. They're scared to go to victim services. They reach out to other organizations to seek help. So let's not put all the power and control into an organization that they're scared to go to. We need to open it up. So thank you all for coming today. Knowledge is power. Know how to spot it, and together we can stop it. Thank you.
So thanks for the invitation to be here today. I'll just comment on a couple of things. I think the trucking industry is certainly one of the most important industries we have here. We've all had supply chain issues, and we know we need truckers to get our products to market. Second of all, in terms of awareness and training, this is so important because I don't think a lot of people understand. I've heard that comment before, maybe happening elsewhere, but doesn't happen in our hometown. And so this is a great awareness piece. And for those of you that haven't had a chance to see The Sound of Freedom, I encourage you to do that. It talks about this issue of human trafficking and has brought it to the forefront. It is a very, sad movie, but something that's important as we recognize and make people aware. And the third thing is, when it comes to government, we love to see partnerships. And so all the partners here that are involved today, that is absolutely key. And I would also encourage you to reach out to your provincial member of parliament, which is Sam Osterhoff here. Myself, federally, I'm always happy to have conversations about important issues like this. So to everyone that's here today, thank you for coming. And for those of you that are partnering to make this happen, thank you as well. It makes a huge difference, and awareness is key in education. Thank you very much.
Speaking. Next up, we're going to have Tony Burnett, who's the Deputy Mayor of Lincoln. Say a few words, please.
Thanks, Jeremy. Really pleased to be here today to represent Mayor Sandra Easton and the council in the town of Lincoln, and hosting it here in our town. And hopefully the rain holds off so we can all really appreciate what we're doing here, bringing awareness and knowledge on this human trafficking. And I want to recognize IMVR, who office is right across the road here on Ontario Street in Lincoln, who are working hard on this and bringing awareness in the trucking industry, along with Zavcor and KRTS and the Women's Trucking Federation of Canada. So I read recently the United Nations said that this is a $32 billion US situation that's happening to the perpetrators that are creating these heinous crimes. So just think about that for a minute, $32 billion annually. So awareness and knowledge, like Shelley indicated, information, education, and I can't think of a better way for these truckers that are on our roads. They're seeing firsthand what's happening. So the training we can give them and the things that we can do to bring this and try to curtail this as best we can, I think is really important. So really, really pleased to see the collaboration of what's happening to bring this 17th trailer being wrapped to be out on the road. So we're seeing awareness. And I was involved with a lot of these guys for my career, 40 years. I know what they do in the communities they do business with. So they really give back to the communities. This is just another indication of what they're doing, and really appreciate their time and efforts. And really pleased to be here today. I want to recognize Mike Kirkopoulos and Matt Bruder for coming over here today from the town of Lincoln to add their support as well. Thanks very much.
Next up, I'd like Ernie Sibbett, Chairman of the Board for the Niagara Region with Crime Stoppers, to say a few words, please.
Thank you very much. Usually when I get a mic, you got to fight to get it away from me. Anyway, this is really nice to see. We've been talking about what to do with human trafficking, and you guys, you did it. You started it. We've got it going. We partnered with the Niagara Parks. We're going to have signage on every bathroom in the Niagara Parks. We also are going to, we have a TV show called This Week in Crime Stoppers, and we've had World Vision there to explain the problem and who they are. We have a few volunteers that were actually this close to getting nabbed, and they were 13 years old. Online, befriended another 13-year-old girl and said, let's go to Ottawa and play paintball. So the girl shows up, and the mother didn't recognize her and said, who are you? Well, we're going to Ottawa to play paintball. She said, I don't think so. And sure enough, she called her ex-husband, who came right over, and he said, well, how are you going to get there? And she goes, well, our ride's 3 streets over, about, a third of the way down. So the father was a hefty kind of guy. He goes over, and there's the car with this old guy sitting in it. He opened the door, and he said, give me your bleeping license, or I'm going to kill you right where you are. And the guy gave him his license. They were able to apprehend him. But the problem is, he just gets a little slap, and then he's out doing it again. But it is our people. That's how easy it is. They have people, 13 years old, looking for other people. And we have to understand that. When you first get involved, it sounds like it's all about sex. Not a chance. Sex isn't the biggest thing. That's why I love the new one showing the workers in the field, workers at hotels and stuff. Right in Niagara Falls, all hotels, you can go into almost any hotel and there's somebody in there being trafficked for the job. Anyway, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy that we're going to finally start doing something. If we need the help, I'd like to see all the different ages here, the police officers. Remember, police are our friends, and I tell that to a lot of people. Without them, we don't have any chance of fighting this problem. Thank you.
Stephen Lakowski from the president of the OTA. Thanks, Stephen.
First of all, I just want to congratulate Shelley and her team. Shelley has done an incredible job leading this, and my association and Mike Million, who's here from the Private Motor Truck Council, is here to support her and her initiatives with the government. And through Shelley and through our organizations and through this industry, we are dedicated to making a change and to help this and win this war. I have had it's a weird word to call it privilege, but a privilege to hear victims of human trafficking. And if you're not brought to tears, there's nothing left inside of you. And so, congratulations, Shelley, on today and all your work. To Crime Stoppers, to the police that are here, and to the industry, and to government officials. Together, we will win this war, but we need to be vigilant, and we need to support, and we need to get behind leaders like Shelley and her team to make this happen. So thank you all. Thank you to Kirk, one of our board members, one of our many board members, who are involved in trying to raise awareness amongst our industry. And our goal as an industry, again with Mike and Shelley and my organization, is to make sure that every truck driver going forward receives this training, and we will work with the government of Ontario to make that happen. So congratulations again today for everybody making this event happen, and for those in the law enforcement and to Crime Stoppers, can assure you that our collective industries and our collective members are here behind you, and we're going to make this happen. So thank you all.
Thank you, Stephen. Michelle Desrosier.
Close enough.
She's with Zavcor Trucking Camp.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out, first of all. These campaigns are amazing, but they don't really go anywhere without all of the people that work for it. So we were absolutely thrilled thrilled when Vicki approached us and asked if the Zavcor Training Academy would be interested in partnering with everybody to help donate the trailer, the billboards, as you said. We were absolutely thrilled to be involved, and it's an issue that comes up a lot. Human trafficking is something that we hear a lot of. There's been a very big push for education on it, but you don't hear very much about the migrant workers. And we were absolutely just honored to be able to address an issue that's so local to us, and to be able to help everybody take on such a serious thing. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to Vicki and to Jeremy and to Shelley and everyone else who worked behind the scenes. And enjoy the rest of your day.
Next up, we have Vicki DeVos, who's the CEO and founder of IMVR.
I don't know really what to say other than to know that there's so many people here, who come by, and to understand the power and the support that the Women's Trucking Federation is getting, and with this, and with Crime Stoppers, and it's making such a difference by having these wraps. The question just came out, and it came out of my mouth originally. Migrant workers, Shelley? And here we are today. One of our core concepts with IMVR, there's comfort and understanding. We all are comfortable now because we can let that message out. That's why we're all here. That's why we have shivers on our arms right now. I'm ecstatic to be able to say that this no human trafficking trailer will be a part of IMVR, and everybody will have the option moving forward as of today. It's out there in the VR. So the word's getting out, having that message, being able to give awareness. And I can't say thank you enough for everybody, the passion, the help that you've given to this. Thanks. Jerry, thank you very much for helping us with the Mother's Day. Greatly appreciate it. We're also at open house, feel free. We'd love everybody to pop by. We're directly across from the relay. The doors are open. We'd love to have everybody in, and please don't be in a right angle. Thank you.
After the presentations, everybody went outside and was able to take pictures with the trailer and stuff. And I had a chance to sit down, well, not sit down, but stop and talk with IMVR founder Vicki DeVos to find out why she wrapped this trailer and what she expects out of it. So stay tuned. All right, so I'm here with Vicki. I am the pylon, Bruce. Wearing orange. It was a good idea. Congratulations.
Thank
Successful
you.
trailer. Look at this.
Thank
Look at this.
Thank you.
So what made you want to wrap a trailer?
Understanding and watching what's been going on, you know what I mean, and the noise, if you will, that's bringing out from this, is making such a difference in it. And I knew I had chatted with Bill Lips way back, and he had a connection. It's like, someday I'm going to, and I'm fortunate that today is the day for it.
Yeah, so Zavcor's provided the trailer, and then you provided the wrap, is that
exactly, yeah. So we did the wrap with it, and but we didn't have the trailer, you know what I mean? That's definitely, we're on the training side, not on the equipment. Yeah, so it was nice.
So now what will happen with this? I know Bill's going to use it in their school and whatnot. Yeah. Are you going to use it for events? Are you able to? How does the wrap part work when you wrap it?
No, that's great. So it will be used. This is for the training side, the training academy and whatnot. But we have done one in the virtual reality now.
Okay.
So when the headset goes on, which is wicked, and we're launching that today as well, right? So the headset goes on. They have the opportunity of choosing if they would like to do the no human trafficking. Right. So if they're coupling a trailer or backing in or whatever, they have the opportunity to say, hey, look in the mirrors, and
very cool.
It is nice, and just getting that word out one more time.
Yeah, and it's great branding. This is cool, and we'll do a crossover. People can't see it right now, but it's got the migrant workers on the front, which is a different design than the other ones, right? Did you choose that? Did you say that's the one I want? Or?
Yeah. So I want to, again, as you know with me, there's always something a little bit different. There's a little bit something, okay, why is she the first one doing something? And I guess that explains it all the way around. And I was talking with Shelley, at time and whatnot, and that's where the conversation came up. And understanding that we don't understand is what attracted me to it. There's so much going around, Bruce, but we didn't realize how much and how often that question is said, well, why are you doing it on? I thought it was all, with the sex trafficking. And so it's working, by people saying no, because we understand.
You live in an area, and Bill mentioned it too. He delivers to growers, they're hauling bananas. Yeah. You live in an area that's got a lot of growers. Yeah. Are you nervous about that? Has there been any feedback as far as anybody saying, hey, you know what, you don't know what you're talking about, or otherwise?
Yeah, I like that question. I really, really do. And I challenge, I want those questions. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because obviously then it's creating noise, if you will. And the noise is there's a reason that somebody's asking that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Is it their comfort in understanding, I say? Or is it, they're trying to hide something or whatever? Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Because it happens. You know what I mean? They're asking questions for many reasons, right? It's very interesting.
Or maybe they're just doing business the way they've always done it and didn't realize they're even doing anything wrong or indifferent. And I mean, a lot of us are like that. Yeah. I was on the road. We saw sex traffickers everywhere. Yeah. Never once thought about human trafficking. It was not even brought up in 1975, but now we learned about it. I'm going, oh my gosh, how many times have I seen that and didn't do anything, right?
Exactly. And it's not that you didn't understand. It's not that you were trying to avoid in any which way. And again, it's more we understand these things, and like Shelley has brought such a impact, if you will. You know what I mean? And it's only growing. Like the snowball it's growing really, really, really quick. And it's nice that it's not just in one area. You know what I mean? Southern Ontario is growing really quickly, and we know it's going to be outside of the provinces, or outside of Ontario very soon.
And you had a great event, and because we set up inside, we had no rain. But if we'd set up out here, it would have poured. So I'm glad that we did that. But you had a lot of people. You had I didn't know how much to expect, but there was quite a few.
Plus. Yeah, there was 50 plus. And when I reached out to Terry Dixon, I've worked with Terry for so long, like many, many years, and said, hey, Mother Nature, oh, come on, Vic. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let me clean out the duvets for you. 100%. Let's just do it that way. And it worked out very, very well. And like I said, let's go right beside the toolboxes. Let's go in the garage. That's who we are. It's
I don't think anybody was uncomfortable being in there. And we tidied it up as much as we could, right? A few signs, whatever. A few signs and a tablecloth will go under.
We're not here for, that's right, we're here for this reason, you know what I mean, and getting that awareness out and, and teaching the new people that are coming in, you know what I mean? Like whether it be not so much as age, but new people coming in, bringing that awareness, they're coming from other countries and whatnot. That's great, but bringing that awareness, say that we are aware of it,
Well done. Nice event. Trailer looks great. Your name looks great on that. And again, it's for a great cause, bringing awareness. The more we do this, the more I learn. I learn every time. And I've heard this, 5-6 times I've done these, right?
I just really appreciate it. You came in, you said, hey, Vic, where do you want things? I said, no, Bruce, you've done them all, Michelle. You know what I mean? Or pretty much, or many.
I have a template now.
Right? You know what works. It's, and that's what, I greatly appreciate it.
Keep up the good work, kiddo, and keep bringing that important message. Great job.
In the VR.
Yeah. Awesome. Hey folks, are you looking to start your career in the truck transportation industry? Ontario Truck Driving School can offer you the training you require. They have been active in the industry since 1978 and have the widest range of training programs and services in the industry. Everything from truck training to heavy equipment. And you know what? Thousands of men and women have successfully obtained employment and began careers operating heavy equipment, trucks and buses with the help of job-oriented training from Ontario Truck Driving School. They work with industry leaders and government offices to make sure that the graduates are successful and complete their training properly. The trainers have years of experience in the industry and know how things work in the transportation and construction business. In fact, truck driving courses incorporate a session with Canada Customs officials, the Ministry of Transportation, and other industry partners to make sure that you are trained properly. This training gives you the advantage of starting your new career as a truck driver. So where do you go? They've got locations all throughout Ontario, and the best way to start is to go to otds.com and look under truck training. That's right. Look under truck training, and hey, you know what? We had a really good event out there. There's probably about 50 people out there, which is big for an event that's held in a garage in a parking lot, with rain being announced all week. So, congratulations to IMVR and Zavcor for doing that. You can learn more about IMVR at imvr.ca. Zavcor is at zavcor.com, and let's see. I guess you can go truck. Actually, it might be Zavcor Truck Training Academy.com. But anyway, check out Women's Trucking Federation of Canada, WTFC.ca, and you can learn about all the different unveils. And if you're interested in getting a wrap done for your company, you can go ahead and do that for as well. They'd love to hear you there. All right, so we will take this out, and thanks everybody for being part of the day. Congratulations on a successful event, and we'll catch you next time, my friends. Be safe out there, and hey, don't forget to follow us on our socials, right? We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook. Did I mention Facebook? Don't forget to check us out on Mixcloud for our live shows, our live radio shows, and we'll talk to you later. All right, here we go. Bye for now.